let's make something clear. On the 20th of January this year, Donald J. Trump fires the FAA director. A suggestion by Elon Musk. January the 21st of this year, Trump freezes all air traffic controller hiring. January the 22nd, Trump disbands the Aviation Safety Advisory Committee. January the 28th, Trump sends a buyout, retirement ransom letter to existing FAA employees. And January the 29th, the first American aviation mid-air collision in almost 16 years. And 67 souls perished. And when Donald Trump was asked whether he wanted to go to the site of the crash, what was his response? He said, "What, to the water? Do you want me to swim?" This man shouldn't be anywhere near the White House. He should be in jail. In fact, Menendez is just getting a 11-year. Menendez a 11-year sentence for fraud and corruption. Yet Donald Trump is rewarded as the IQ 47th President of the United States. There's something seriously messed up here. Now, is it attacking the DEI? Well, let's be honest about this. Donald Trump, well, he's never had any respect for people of any minority groups come to that. If you're not white and rich, Donald Trump does not want to know you. Now, he said to his nephew, I've repeated this so many times, but it has to be said again and again and again, people need to be reminded what this man is about. He's a Nazi, he's a fascist, and if he thought he'd get away with the Holocaust, he would. He's certainly performing ethnic cleansing in the United States. Now, a man who would rather see his own family dead than have to pay any money whatsoever, so they have a better way of life. This is Fred C. Trump III and his missus and his son, his disabled son. And what did Donald Trump say to him? To his nephew, Fred Trump? My uncle Donald Trump told me disabled Americans like my son should just die. He didn't just say it once, he said it twice, on two separate occasions. This is what Donald Trump is about. This is one of the reasons why he doesn't want people in minority groups in any position in government or anywhere else. If you're not contributing, and let's be fair, DEI are contributing, that's the whole point. They're in the workplace. But if you are a net negative, in monetary terms, Donald Trump would rather see you dead. He said it. They're my words, they're his words. Now, Hey, why happy? Beat the old like button and please share my videos and that, to help the channel along. It needs help. Never tell you that for nothing. Well, the thing about Donald Trump also, he has no empathy. He can't relate to people. He's got no people skills whatsoever. People say he's charming. There's nothing charming about that man. He's a snake. Evil piece of work. He's a piece of shit. He's a bit of shit, that's what he is. Well, he said this early today, and it gets worse. So I'll just play this bit to you.
The FAA is actively recruiting workers who suffer severe intellectual disabilities, psychiatric problems, and other mental and physical conditions under a diversity and inclusion hiring initiative spelled out on the agency's website. Can you imagine? These are people that are, actually their lives are shortened because of the stress that they have. Brilliant people.
They're brilliant people, but their lives are shortened because of stress. People within the DEI, it encompasses everything. It's about inclusivity. Whether you're black, whether you're ethnic minorities, it's not just disabled people. Now, my disabled son, he has 2 degrees. Physically, he has a problem. Mentally, he's all there. Like many people who have disabilities. And besides, the FAA, right, is not just air traffic control. No. Encompasses a wide, massive array of job positions. From pushing the broom, right, to air traffic control. And many levels in between. Lots of clerical work, etc., etc. People can do that kind of work. He's drawn it out of all proportions, and he's just jumped on the tragic loss of life in the United States, where these poor people died, and just used it for his own political gain. And he's just lying to you. He's just blatantly lying to you. The FAA do not put mentally... Oh, crikey, how would you put that to be politically correct? People who struggle up there a bit, alright? They don't put them in front of those flipping radar scanners to do air traffic control. They just don't. Physically, maybe. They're physically disabled. Why not? If someone's in a wheelchair because they've got, I don't know, paraplegic or whatever, you've got no limbs, there's no reason they can't do that kind of work at all. And they could do that job as well as anybody else. Everyone who's called into the radio programs here in the UK, like LBC, well, and pretty much everyone who's worked in it, pilots and stuff, people are brilliant. People who work in these places are brilliant. Donald Trump is just spaffing a whole load of crap out of his chocolate starfish, and actually out of his gob and all. It beggars belief that, But he's now he's gone further. He's literally just... God. He's now signed an executive order, right? To push this narrative along regarding getting rid of the DEI. Instead of actually, maybe taking a good long look at himself, wondering why are people criticising me? Why are people saying nasty things about me? Oh, it's all the lefties or something. Instead of actually looking at himself, what does he do? He does this, right? Signing a memorandum to try and blame Biden and the DEI for the plane crash. And it is appalling. His policies are, like Art Candy saying it, it's going to gut aviation safety and put American lives in danger. They also suggest, I made a video about this earlier, they're also suggesting getting rid of airport safety. The checks and what have you, baggage checks and stuff. And put it on, taking it away from the government and giving it to the airlines to do. That ain't going to go wrong, is it? For heck's sake.
titled Immediate Assessment of Aviation Safety. In light of the damage done to aviation safety by the Biden administration's DEI and woke policies, what this presidential memorandum orders is for your Secretary of Transportation and FAA administrator, in this case acting FAA administrator, to basically ensure that we are actively undoing all of that damage, that we are assessing how much damage was done, and that we're ensuring that people hired within the FAA, in keeping with your memorandum of January 21st, are only the most outstanding, capable people for the jobs that they're being hired into.
In other words, competence.
Yes, sir. Elevating competence over everything else instead of the DEI policies that were pursued by the Biden administration. Titled Immediate Assessment of Aviation Safety.
Where's his competence? Would you say Donald Trump is competent? He's a feckin' moron. With an IQ 47, that he is. And a twat. An evil piece of work. I can't say it on there, but that's... A lot of this stems from Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk whinging and whining because he couldn't get his flipping rockets into space, blasting holes in the ozone, causing massive amounts of devastation for, well, basically the climate crisis. And Donald Trump's going along with it. He says, oh, it's money, you see, money. I understand, you need an economy that works, but God's sake, there are plenty of, well, green economy, for instance, is the biggest economy in the world. It's the green transition. So many opportunities there. But no. You want the drill, baby. So Donald Trump says. He's an absolute twat. He is. Anyone who votes for him, alright? If you're a MAGA lot and you're watching this video, you've flipping got a screw loose. Seriously got a screw loose. If you can't see through this man, there is something very wrong with you. Very wrong. You might want to get that seen to. Oh, I just... This is about right, alright? This is literally about right. I'm gonna rob you blind and sell out this country to all its enemies, probably by March, apparently, if you know what I mean. And then they go with little red hats on. I love him. I love him because he just tells it as it is. I have heard that so many times today from callers calling in, trying to justify what he said. It was like an, I don't know, 30 or over 30, 40 odd minutes of a diatribe by Donald Trump. It was unbelievably insensitive. It started off well when he was reading from his script. That was okay-ish. And then it just went into complete, Biden bashing and what have you. But let's be honest, this is the difference, alright? Donald Trump posts, the airplane was on a perfect and routine line of approach to the airport. And the helicopter was going straight at the airplane for an extended period of time. It's clear night it was, yeah. And the lights on the plane were blazing. Why didn't the helicopter go up or down or turn? And he said, I know helicopters, he says. I've got helicopters. Oh, my God's sake. I don't know. I just lost words. And Joe Biden posts this. Jill and I are praying for the families of the victims who tragically lost their lives in the plane and helicopter crash near DC. Now, we are immensely grateful to the brave first responders and emergency personnel on the scene. Chalk and cheese. Good. Extremely bad, yes, unhinged. Is a flippin' lunatic and should be nowhere near government. In fact, lock them up now. Or somebody do something. Do a Kennedy on them, will you? For Christ's sake. I just can't get over things like this. My uncle Donald Trump told me disabled Americans like my son should just die. If there's no transaction, no money to be made, you shouldn't exist. If you're taking money from Medicare, Medicaid, or anything like that because you're sick or ill, have you just a cost, then you shouldn't exist. Donald Trump sees no value in the vast majority of the American people, and especially those who voted for him, who put him into the White House. He doesn't like you, he doesn't respect you, he'd probably rather you be dead. Especially if you're taking welfare payments. You're useless in his eyes. Anyway, you tell me what you think, but I just think that this is getting from bad to worse, and the situation is just getting absolutely dire. And if you want Sport Channel, you do it on Patreon or buy us coffee. Please share our videos, you know. But also we've got memberships and Patreon as well. Now, if I can't get the channel to make views, you know, like about views, I'm not even getting the message across. You see, my views since Donald Trump has been in, my views have plummeted. This is after Google went into the Mar-a-Lago with Donald Trump, kissed the old chocolate starfish, bunged him £1 million. And now mine and others that I know who do similar sort of videos, especially ones that include regarding Trump, are being squeezed. There's only big channels, the big ones out there, you know, Midas and all that, you know, there's Midas Touch Networks and a few other bigger American channels. They're still doing okay-ish, but their views down and all. Because I can track it, I've got software, I can track it. But you see, if we don't actually have, I don't know, alternative media, you are going to be swamped with propaganda. Trump propaganda. Because that's where the money is for these companies. Well, you know, for like, you know, YouTube and Google and Facebook, Instagram. You just get swamped with Trump propaganda. If it doesn't brainwash you, it can brainwash members of your families. Please support channels like mine and small channels out there who are trying to do their best to get the message across. But I'm failing miserably. I'll tell you, I'm failing miserably. Please, anyway, boot that like button. Toodaloo. Don't forget to comment down below and share the video.